Good day to you whenever you're watching us from. This is the Confab on Steam Radio Vision. I remember myself Lexposimi, Lex Posimi. And in a very special way, I want to welcome you to today's episode or edition of the Confab. On behalf of the executive producer, again, Michael Adeboya Shaulu, our producer here at Steam Radio Vision, in person of Adenipekun Afolabi, the Prince. And on behalf of the man behind the button, the man behind the console, Abdusamad Balogun, aka Big Balo, the number one. All right, and on behalf of every other esteemed staff of Esteemed Radio Vision, who is making it possible, are making it possible for you to hear us, for you to see us clearly, we want to say a very big welcome to you to today's episode of The Comfort. As you know, the Confab is where we talk about the state of the nation, trending issues, and a lot of other things that affect our lives as individuals or as members of this country, citizens of this country, and the things that we need to know. Where we discuss them to the fullest with the help of our in-house analyst, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves very quickly before we move on for today's program.
All right. Thank you to all our viewers. We really appreciate you for always stay tuned to Esteem Radio Vision. This is your program, like Alex said. We are here to give it to you what concerns the nation and what concerns individual. I still remember my humble said, Adenipekun Afolabi, the prince on the show.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
joining us.
You're welcome to the Confab this afternoon, this day and time. And on the other side, we have
Good morning, good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon, esteemed navigators. I still remain myself, Ayomikun, AY for short.
all right, Ayomikun for short, and the Prince. They're on the show this morning, and we are this afternoon, this day, and we are going to be discussing some of the trending issues. Some will be updates on what we've already discussed, maybe a day before, and maybe from last week. But right now we have a few topics that we're going to be discussing and dissecting today. But before we begin, before we set out, we will go on a very short break and we'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back from that very short break. It's still the Confab on Esteem Radio Vision. I remember myself, LEXPUSI, my Lex Posimi. Now let's get into business. Since last week Thursday or Wednesday, we've been talking about the tussle between Pengasan and Dangote Refinery.
Since Thursday.
Thursday last week, we've been talking about the Pengasan and Dangote Refinery issue. And this morning or this day, we are here to inform you that there has been an update on the Pengasan versus Dangote Refinery issue, and that it is that the Nigerian Labour Congress has directed its affiliate unions to begin urgent mobilization and prepare for a nationwide industrial action against the Dangote Group, accusing the conglomerate of sustained anti-worker practices. Now, this is what our conversation this day is going to start with. This seemed like an hydra right now. When you try to cut its head from one side, it grows on the other side. So my question is this: how is this going to what is going to be the outcome of this? Because apparently it doesn't look like it's going to bode well for citizens of this country if a nationwide industrial action is embarked upon by the NLC in conjunction with Pengasan and all their affiliate associations or congress. So how is this supposed to affect us, or what should we expect in the coming days? What should we expect?
Okay. Thank you, Lex. Before we talk about the what Nigerians should be expecting from this uh, scenario, what is happening between the Pegasen and the Dangote refineries, and also now together with the NSC, which is the umbrella where others association I mean keep themselves. NSA is the umbrella, and under it we have different association, different organization under the NSA. Now, with what we've heard and what is likely to happen with this issue of Penga saying to the Dangote refineries that okay, they are not expecting the Dangote refinery to just lay off all their members just like that. They have their own say, and Dangote refineries, I mean, as a group of company, Dangote cannot make decision on its own. He has to consult
Consult.
others, because it's a group of company. The only thing is that many Nigerians doesn't understand the fact that Dangote is not owned by a single person.
It's a conglomerate.
Yes, and it cannot just conclude that okay, based on the agitation of the Pengasen and this and the likes, okay, maybe he wants them to just he want to put on hold his action, the company action about laying off of the staff. And one thing about this issue now, that NLC, which is the father or mother to all labor association, let me put it that way, including the TUC, that is trade union, and now that NLC said okay, we want to join our should I use, because Pengasen is just like a son
Yes, to
to
NLC.
that
Yes.
okay, we cannot open our two eye and someone will just be punishing or bringing down my son. I have to raise him up that okay, I will not agree with you. That is what I think the NSC want to do. And one thing about NSC is that it will cut across the all boards. It won't be only on the petroleum again or other sector, but it will cut across, and the federal government knows the implication of this. And one thing I want the NSC to look at, as the father, you are to look into the welfareism of your son. Not that your son, maybe your son did something and somebody just said okay, because what you did I'm not pleased with. The person that took his came to flog that, your son. You are not in the best. You are not in the best position to go out there and be fighting.
Fight.
Because what NSC wants to do now
Is to
is
fight
to
on
fight on
behalf
behalf of the Pengasen. But before you fight, you should look at the antecedents. What actually happened? As a owner of the business, who knows that the saboteur in his business may ruin his own business. And the reason for establish any business is for profit making.
Definitely.
It is only NGOs that goes into anything without
The aim of making
expecting
profit. And truth be told, a lot of them still make profit.
Yes, even yes, most of the NGOs, there is a way they make their profit. Okay, we want to do this. We need to donors. From the donors, they are also making profit, because not everything they receive that they release out. Now, that one is apart. For NSC to come out now that okay, we want to join our son in this
Struggle.
In this struggle. Nobody say it is strong, but you should not join them just because you want to retaliate, or you want to use that avenue to work against the system on ground. Because even most of Nigerians, we don't believe in NSC anymore, because what they are
They feel like they've been bought.
what
and
they
they are no
after
longer.
is self.
Yes.
Now, okay, before now that the whole country is clamoring that okay, there is increase in all the commodities, what we are buying in the market. Where is NSA?
To stand for the
to
people.
stand for the people. It is the only time you will see NSC is when they will need increment in their
In their
salary,
salaries
and
and all of
that
that.
their increment, their request for increment in the salary will inflate. How will I put it?
We bring about inflation.
Inflation, and it will bring problem for Nigerians, but they are not concerned. Now, joining the Pengasing for this struggle, I'm not saying it is strong, but they should not come all in the name of retaliation. There should be an intermediary between Pengasing and the Dangote refineries. Not that they are coming, or they want to support them just for them to retaliate. That is on that.
All right, thank you very much, Afolabi, for that very beautiful take. The question now that I would like for us to check is this: if this should continue, if this particular strike action or industrial action should continue, how much of an effect will it have on other aspects of our life, light, power, economy, and all of that? Should we be expecting a tough coming weeks or coming months? Ayomikun.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. You see, first of all, let me say what I want to say first.
Please do.
Based on the NSC and the Bengal and Pagasan stuff. To me, I think NSC joining the strike is like the NSC wants to commence strike is a misplaced priority, because I don't think that's what they are supposed to do right now. There are other things they are supposed to look into, not about the Pengasan thing. Like you said, is NSA is the father to Pengasan. Like they are supposed to, yeah, right, they are supposed to be an intermediary between the Dangote group and Pengasan to be able to come to a conclusion on what is supposed to do. Imagine, like, this is just like they are fighting for something that, okay, that's going to benefit them actually. At the long run, it's still going to benefit them. Like you said, they only come whenever whenever they have something to gain. That's when you see NLC, fighting for.
The general public.
Yeah. So you see them like, okay, that's what they, because now, okay, the president said that he wants to increase the minimum wage. Where is NLC for them not to take action of the implementation of that minimum wage? Till today, we did not see anything. They did not talk about it. They did not do anything about it. So I mean, now for with the question that Alex asked, that the effect that it's going to have on we citizens, it's going to cost us a lot. Honestly speaking, it's going to cost us a lot, because NSC joining the strike, all other operations, PHCN, the water corporation, everybody under the government body, they are going to join the strike, and that means there's shutdown of business. It means the shutdown of business. So how do you expect a normal Nigerian, to continue? Imagine a company running with PHCN.
Or with gas.
Or
Yes,
with
with
gas.
gas.
Or with,
Oh,
I mean,
well.
it's
Yes, so
it's just a lot.
imagine, okay, production, like, okay, let me just say production companies running with those gas and everything. Now, shutting down everything. It's going to cost a lot. To we Nigerians, it's going to cost a lot. So my own is that I don't think NLC should join the strike. It's just the misplaced priority. They should just serve as intermediary between the Pengasan and the Dangote group, so that they can come into a conclusion.
All right, thank you very much, Ayomikun, for that very beautiful take. I think it's obvious that we need to do something, and we need to do it fast. The Nigerian government, Dangote, Pengasan, NLC, everybody involved in this matter needs to do something, and it has to be fast. Because like we said the other time, where two elephants fight, the grass will suffer. Now, as a consumer, I'm going to be in my house hoping that when my gas finishes, I can easily go to
Go
a
out
gas
to
station and
fill.
go and refill my gas. And what if the supplier refuses to supply them because thermal plants have been shut down, and all of that? I think it's just the power toss going on up there should not be allowed to affect us, the the
Yeah.
common
Citizen.
people, so much that we now tend to put interest into things that naturally or usually is not of interest as such to us, because majority of Nigerians just want to survive, just want to we just want to be happy,
Just
make sure that we can manage the little that comes into the coffers, into our coffers and all of that. But hopefully, like we said the last time, that before it goes on too far, that everybody involved will look for a solution, will find a solution, and be able to reach a conclusion and ensure that it doesn't degenerate more than it already has. Because right now, no one is willing to back down. Everyone is sticking by their gun, and
Yeah.
they are expecting that something has to happen, and it has to favor them. If it doesn't favor them, then nothing has happened yet. So we are at a standstill now. We are at an impasse right now. That
Stage of ego,
uh-huh.
stage of confusion.
State of Igiaga. Right now, this is what we are. This is where we are, and hopefully, we want to hope and pray that the federal government and everybody involved will be able to resolve this before it
Amicably.
degenerates. Yes,
Yeah.
amicably,
and I mean,
before it
I think
degenerates
them
further.
fighting Dangote group. I mean, I think Dangote is even trying to create job opportunities for over 26,000.
He's not
youths.
trying.
not
He's not
trying.
trying. He already
Yeah.
created job.
Imagine he already
Exactly.
create,
He already
like,
did that.
imagine. So why I don't think NSC, what NSC are supposed to do, Dangote is trying to do it, like providing jobs for those that does not have
Yeah,
anything doing.
not NSC that are supposed to provide jobs because they are workers. They are
Yeah.
workers.
Eh.
And Dangote are giving people a place of earning just for them to feed their family. There should be due process
Yeah.
if you want to lay people's off. You understand that? But now what we are discussing here is about the NSC. NSC should
Joining
Join-
the
no, for NSA to join them, they should come as an intermediary.
Yeah.
Not that
not as they agreed.
Not that-
that they
yeah.
want to retaliate or they want to fight for one party and leave the other party. No.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. With this, we are going to move on to our next topic, and that is us coming back to our locality here, talking about the happenings in Osun State, talking about the payment of Osun allocation, local government allocation into the personal account of former chairman of the local governments in Osun State. PDP as the reigning the ruling party in Osun State have said this is totally uncalled for. How is this supposed to be? In fact, one of the aides to the governor of Osun State said Tinubu is worse than military government, that he is draconian and he's trying to do things his own way. He doesn't have any regard or respect for the rule of law or for court injunctions or for whatever. That he just wants to do his things the way he wants to do them, and it doesn't matter who's aggrieved or who's happy. He just wants to do them regardless. So let me start with Afolabi still on this. How, in fact, just tell us your opinion. Let us have your opinion, and let's see how this whole thing makes sense. Because personally, I feel like if there's an existing local government that has an existing local government chairman or local government account, certain kind of money should be paid into the account of the local government or to the coffers of the existing local government chairman, not to the coffers of the past local government chairman. So just tell us what your opinion of this is.
Lex, I want us to look at this from the antecedent of the issue of local government saga in Osun State. There was an election conducted by the former governor of Osun State,
Oyetola.
that is Oyetola, and Adegboyega Oyetola. After that election, the election is a let me put it that way, because that would be the first time that I myself will experience such an election that yes or no, where there will not be any name of the political party on the ballot paper. The only thing on the ballot paper claiming to be a ballot paper is yes or no.
Ah,
Yes. Are you agree
Or you
yes.
disagree?
or you disagree?
No.
Yes.
That's-
And do you know the reason? Do you know the reason for such? Is because the other parties pull out from the election that okay, we are not going with this election. We will not present our
Candidates for
candidate
this election.
for this election. And such election, according to the Nigerian constitution, it can only be held at the FCT Abuja, where there is no seat for the governor.
Yeah.
You can only hold such an election in Abuja as stated in the constitution. Now, for the governor to come up with this type of election that okay, now that every other political party is
pulled
pulled out,
out.
okay, the only thing is that we only have single party, yes or no, just to like a referendum, just to get the 2/3
Of the votes.
votes, okay, so that it won't be as if maybe they just put their
Candidates there.
candidates there. It means people give their assets to it that okay, oh, I agree and I disagree. That is the yes or no election that was conducted by the former governor of Osun State, now the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy.
And blue economy.
Now, after that, you know, one thing about electoral act is that there is a specific days for you to announce that you want to have election, which the Oyetola administration failed to meet up with that time. And apart from that, now, after leaving the office, another governor came on board, which is
Jackson.
Senator Nuruddin Ademola Adeleke now came on board as the governor, the elected governor of the state. He now, okay, immediately he assumed the office. He said, okay, I'm going to conduct local government election. He announced. And after the old days, he conducted the election. And like the other party pull out in the previous election, same thing. The APC pull out that okay, we are not conducting any election. We still stand with the election that we conducted. That okay, we are not present any candidate. With this, do you know the how Senator Ademola Adeleke outsmart the APC is because he put all the logos of the political party
On
in
the
the ballot
ballot.
paper.
Yeah.
On the ballot paper, that okay, you are the one who pull out, your party is still there, but eventually we may see any of your political party
Members that want to join.
the election, so that we will not deny them their franchise, their civic rights. And after this, I think Adeleke, the election was conducted on Saturday, and he made the swearing on Sunday, not up to 24 hours. They conducted the swearing for the both chairman and the councillors at the Oshogbo. And after this, we have the saga whereby the APC that conducted the yes or no election now came on board that okay, we cannot allow this chairman to occupy our local government. We are still the rightful owner of the local government going by the previous election. All this thing is what caused the saga. Now, where we have cases at the court of law, I mean the litigation at the court of law, I think when people are blaming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for put on hold the allocation of the 30 local governments in Osun, people are saying that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not do it right. I said no, that is the best way to calm the chaos in the state so that there won't be any issue. Now, we all agree that okay, what he did is good, but hearing it now as it was claimed by the NSA, the president of NSA, that is Dr. Ogungbangbe,
In Osun State.
in Osun State, the NSC chairman in Osun State, Nathaniel Ogungbangbe, now came out that okay, we heard it that the federal government have released the allocation of the local government from the month of May to September. to private owned accounts. And the APC said, okay, the account is not a private account, but we are the one who open it in the name of the local government, not a personal account. And then the Nonge
Okay, National Union of Local
National
Government
Union of Local
Employees.
Government Employees,
Yeah.
their chairman, that is Nathaniel Ogungbangbe, rather, he now said, because in NSC chairman in Osun is Ara Pasopo,
Okay.
but the Nonge chairman is Nonge president
Ogungbangbe.
is Ogungbangbe. He now
Yeah.
said, okay, now how will you pay our money to private owned account? And the APC said no, it is not a private. And one thing about the opening of account for the local government is that the career officer should be a signatory. An elected officer doesn't have anything to do with the signatory to the account of the local government. What you need is to give your approval. You understand? Because elected officers, they are soldiers. When it is your end of your term, you have to leave the office, but the career officer will be there for 35 years. That is why career officer are the signatory to the local government account. Even the Osun account, governor is not a signatory, and it shouldn't be part of the signatory. The people that will have the access to the account of the state, his own is to just to approve whatever brings to him. Okay, this is what we want to, the project we want to execute. Okay, approved. That is the only thing that the constitution gives the governor or the chairman right to do. Now, the whole thing is that the PDP now look at it that, okay, the best thing for us to go to the court just to have the injunction to restrain the UBA, because the account was open with the UBA. The court now restrained the UBA that, okay, UBA should not pay anything out of that account pending the determination of the previous litigation. And going by the days or the years for the chairman, the so-called APC, yes or no, by the next month, there are 3 years will lapse. I think they should be able to solve this thing amicably. Let their salary be paid, everything that entitles to them, let it be paid, and the new elected chairman should come on board. I think, to me, but we are waiting for the final ruling of the court on this matter, and pending that determination, I think for us to know that, okay, our money is safe in Osun State, I think that injunction restraining is a welcome development. For me, it's a welcome development, so that we know that our money is on the safe hands, not that, okay, somebody will just go to that account and be spending the allocation of my own local government without my consent. That is why I said they should wait till the determination of the that ruling. Okay, for instance, now I think they are in the appellate court. Appellate court approved. The next thing is the Supreme Court, which is the highest
authority court in Nigeria.
Let's wait for the final ruling of the Supreme Court on this. I think today should be, yes, today is the day that picked for that ruling. The Osun people are expecting the ruling, if I'm right, yes, soon. Let me use the word soon, that we are expecting the ruling, so that we know who is the rightful the chairman, or who are the rightful chairman of local government in Osun. Is it the APC chairman or the PDP chairman? That is that if the court rule that, okay, it is the APC, like Seyi Makinde did in Oyo State, he paid them off, and he was given the avenue to bring another people on board. I think same thing should be replicated in Osun State, rather than causing issue. All our local government has been locked for some months now. Some of the Osun indigene that want to gain admission, I mean, who gain admission to the university, you know, the university or any tertiary institution will ask them that to present their local government identification.
Identification,
There's
yes.
nowhere to present local government identification. If you are from Osun, go and confirm it. The whole institution knows that all Osun indigenes that were admitted to the schools, to the tertiary institution, they are yet to provide their local government identification. All in the name of the.
So they are using their national integrity at the moment.
Yes, at the moment. That is the only thing. It is only their NIN that covers
That
them.
covers
that, okay,
them.
okay, let's forget about your state. You are a Nigerian. And it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. And local government is the.
It actually should be, don't you think?
That
We don't actually have to be identifying ourselves with the local government before we can exist in Nigeria.
yeah, that one is another topic for
Reason
another
for-
day.
okay. All right. Thank you very much, Afolabi, for that very insightful analysis.
Yeah.
Because it's very
Very.
insightful. Sometimes when you look at this, the organization of the local government and the state governments, you can't tell
And this is the third
It's-
tiers of the
of
government.
yes.
And
Yeah.
is the local government is the kind of government that closer to the people.
To the people
Yes.
more than any
More
other
than any
government
other
actually.
government, yeah.
So let's talk about a few. Let's talk about the what's it called? The legality of what's happening. Ayomikun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the legality of what's happening at the moment. Legally, should something like this be happening, or what? How does this make our legal our judiciary system appear? Because it seems like people are just comfortable with breaking the law because they are in a certain position that they feel like they can break the law. All right, that why legally, how should this bode well for us Nigerians that want to be law abiding?
You
Yeah.
know our constitution give room for all this nonsense or whatever. You know, as a president, you have, there is a kind of law that if you are still a president or you are a governor, whatever you do,
Immunity covers you.
yes, that immunity, it shouldn't
I-
be. What is the meaning of immunity? And some people will claim that the reason for the immunity is that so that the litigation or whatever will not distort the duty of the governor and the president. Because we know this country, we are people who doesn't care. What we care for is our own personal
Yeah.
things, and
Well-being.
people can be using that opportunity to divert or the focus of the governor or the president. But with the way, with this what's it called, the immunity, our governors and the so-called our presidents, even not this president, all our presidents that we've elected in the country, they are misuse that immunity for something else.
Oh, okay. So let me ask this question. We've seen what happened with River State, with their local government and eventual emergency government.
And a sole
that-
administrator
admin-
conducted local government
Exactly. That
election.
happened in River State. If this rancor should continue in Osun State, with the local government and everything, don't you think that a repetition, Ayomikun, I want you to give your opinion on this. Don't you think a repetition of what happened in
In the
River State can repeat itself in Osun State? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was about to say, that I don't pray that what happens in Rivers should happen in Osun, because it's going to be like a Waterloo, and I don't want it like I just pray that all these things are just there. See, that's just my prayer, that it's just resolved because
So right now we are riding on prayers.
yeah, because
You know, this is not
Huh.
this is not a matter of prayer. Is a what we need now is wisdom. You know, wisdom, I mean, is that assuming that the way one party is trying to get into the local government and the other one said, okay, no, we no go gree, we own this thing together, that will be a rancor. And if there is a rancor all over the state, it is an avenue for the president with
To step
to
in and
step in,
show
yes.
his
with
veto.
the executive order 5. Yes, with the executive order 5, it is the duty of the president now to declare the state of
Emergency.
throughout the state, including the governor and all the commissioners and
Everybody.
Everybody.
everybody will have to leave their offices. But thank God that they are still maintaining, how will I put it, the I don't want to use an abusive word, or they are still trying to
Maintain decorum.
maintain decorum. Yes, if not, things will, the replicant of what happened
In
in
the
the
River
River
State.
State.
will
Happen.
happen, and that is what some of the politicians in Osun is expecting. We have to be sincere with ourselves. Some of the politicians in Osun,
Yeah.
that is
That's what they
expectation.
want.
Yes.
Yes,
Hmm.
because they know that from there they will have their way.
It's their time.
Yes, that.
All right, esteemed navigators. It's been the Confab on Esteem Radio Vision, and we've been talking about the state of the nation, the state of Osun State, and we've been seeing how this affects us as citizens of this nation, as citizens of the state, and affects our daily life. So before we round up on the Confab this morning, I want us to take our last topic for today, which is coming from the international scene, where in India, 2 Nigerians have been arrested and caught with drugs worth 1.31 billion. That's in a city called Bengaluru in India. They've arrested 2 Nigerian nationals in connection with a major drug bust. Security operatives confirmed that the suspects were caught with narcotics valued at over 1.31 billion naira, making it one of the biggest seizures in the region in recent months. The police revealed that the drugs were meant for large-scale distribution across the city. Investigation shows that the suspects have been operating within the drug trafficking network, using apartments as storage points to conceal the illegal substances. Officials stressed that the crackdown was part of an ongoing effort to combat rising drug abuse and organized crime in India. This actually gives me I don't know if it's a timely reminder, but it gives me a reminder of a certain known individual who was called a drug lord sometimes ago. And a lot of people believed it happened because, according to what we heard then, their record was redacted in the state or in the country where the crime was committed. Now, and if that's the case, that person being a prominent member of our society, now 2 Nigerians have been caught with 1.31 billion naira worth of
Drugs.
narcotics. Right? How does this affect our international image as a country, as members of this country, and as sojourners? Nigerians are sojourners naturally, who are always moving from one place to another, being a part of other cultures and other countries. Ayomikun, how does this affect our image?
Now, firstly, even before all these things started, our image as a Nigerian is tarnished already.
Then
Is tarnished already because, I mean, online you can't do a business transaction with other countries. They will think that you are a scammer. You just mentioned that you are from Nigeria. You are automatically a scammer. That's what they are going to tell you, that you are automatically a scammer, that they can't work with you because you are just from Nigeria. So I mean, all this news popping up and coming in is heartbreaking, and it's not something that's supposed to happen. As a Nigerian, it's not supposed to happen because it creates dent on our image. It creates dent on our image, and it does not. Before we know it now, other people might not want to transact with us anymore, because okay, we know Nigeria as being a scammer, having this, doing all sort of rubbish, like the ones that they caught drugs with them. It's not. It's going to create dent on our image if this keeps going on. Things should be resolved on.
Now, Afolabi, thank you very much, Ayomikun, for that for that very concerning thing. It was actually very concerning. But Afolabi, if you remember, there was a time, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, that there was a massive drug bust in Lagos, Nigeria. and we did not hear anything
And
about
you
it.
can't.
At some point we heard that fire entered where
Well,
the
yes.
where the, I can't fathom how fire can enter a place where powdery stuffs are stored and burnt everything, and everybody in that area were not high.
Nah, that's what I want to say.
I expected them to be high, and massive
Because
concern,
Yeah, because of
massive
the
health concern should
oxygen.
have been
Explain.
inhaling it definitely should get you high.
High.
But apparently something happened, and somebody has to cover up something,
We
and
just thank God.
we did not see. No, we don't
No,
thank
we
God.
know. Let's
No,
say,
we shouldn't thank God for something
no,
like that.
No, let's say that we
No.
thank. No, I want to say that thank God that all those people, all those people in the area are not high.
Okay.
They are not high.
They are not high.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm
Well,
saying,
that's
let's
a
thank
reason to
God.
thank God. But that we are looking for drug that much, and in Nigeria right now we don't know, we can't trace it.
Lex,
But
wait.
hold on, let me quickly take the conclusion of the Indian
1 billion.
let me take the conclusion of the Indian government on this. They said both suspects are currently in custody as further investigations continue. Right? Authorities says they are working with international security agencies to trace the wider network behind the operation. Now, this is why I'm bringing up
Okay,
the
that was,
instance from Nigeria. Right? The arrest has once again raised concern about cross-border drug trafficking and the involvement of foreign nationals in such crimes. Now, this is a climb that is interested in ensuring a clampdown on drug abuse, drug trafficking, and drug-related offenses, right? That's why I cited the example of the bust that happened in Nigeria. Somebody was made the face of that bust, right? Oh, this is the person we caught there. It means that one person is just one person in charge of that much drugs. That is not possible. That's not how drug trafficking works. But at the end of the day, it was obvious that there is a power in the country that is either directly affiliated to that bust, or that is the owner or the brain behind, or the spine of that operation, and that person is powerful enough to make it disappear, and people will not see it. But in a climb where they want to clamp down on drugs like this, they said further investigations are ongoing, and they are hoping to be able to catch a wider a wider network of stuff like this. Please, Afolabi.
Let's be realistic with ourselves. One thing about Nigeria is that, thank God that the issue did not happen in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, yes.
Bury it down.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
my concern now is that for further investigation, they mentioned.
Yep.
And my fear is this: that some drugs lord in the country, especially in Nigeria, that it is hard for you to deal with them.
Just like the known drug lord we were talking about.
Yes.
Right.
That you cannot mention. Even if you want to mention, you have to be careful.
You have to redact it.
You understand? Something happens to one. I have the opportunity to meet with one of the NDLA staff one day. He said there is a friend of him that caught some people with these drugs, and they were apprehended. And later on, they now discovered that the people that sent them, they are the big fish in the
country.
And they have to bring it down. He said his friends suffer a lot for him to apprehend them. After they have released
the offenders,
the offenders
or the criminals.
And we cannot call them criminals.
Because
the alleged criminals.
Because they were never taken to court.
And he said, how will you expect someone to be faithful in that manner?
Next time you catch, you ask them to bring money now.
There are some people in this country that even from their youth era, or how will I put it? Youthful age. Thank you for that word. They have used to this, and that is what they've been doing. That is where they acquire all their wealth. They are using to trouble the country. Yes, there are some people like that the whole money they acquired is from these
from illicit
It's for
businesses.
illicit business,
businesses.
illegal business.
Some of them actually run rings of prostitution across
Human
the Sahara
trafficking,
and
human
yes,
human
human
trafficking.
trafficking and a lot of that.
And that
Illicit businesses
and the money they acquired from it, that is the money they are using
to run,
to brainwash.
yes, to run elections
Yes,
and say, oh,
yes.
it's
I will
very
do that. I will
rich.
do this. Yes.
And even you as Nigerian, you hardly said that okay, maybe you did not spend from their money because yes, there's a way of spreading the money that it will get to you, especially as electorate, because they knows no. You know,
Well, someone is saying no, he has never received any money from any politician.
either direct or
Indirectly.
Indirectly, you have
collected.
You have collected.
no, you can't claim that.
That's if she never wore vote PDP or vote APC.
Vote
Yes,
APC.
I would like the authority of the India to carry out their investigation.
Yes, thoroughly.
Sure,
Thoroughly.
they get the
Thoroughly.
wider crew behind this
But
operation.
the only thing is that there are some seats that when they are in that gathering, they will just laugh it out. You should know that you just laugh it out. Forget about that. What do you want?
They say, what did
What-
they do?
what did they
Is
do?
it not,
Is it not just small? Is it just this small drug that they carry?
Just hold them like this. And
Just spank them. Let them
go,
go. Let them go.
Let them go. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is there anything that we can be of help to you?
To your
Let's
country.
just look at let's look at our international relations.
Friendship.
Let's just.
See,
Oh God. Anyways,
it's only God that can save us. In this.
only God
Only
can
God.
save
And
us. But at the same time, we as citizens or as members of this country should do our
To
part
redeem
to
our
ensure we
image,
redeem
our
our image and name. Anyways, rounding up this morning or this day on the Confab, I want Ayomikun to give us his last opinion. Let's take your final opinion before we round up.
My final opinion should be between the NFC trying to join the strike. Please, they shouldn't, because it's going to take a downfall on weak consumers. We should know that. I'm begging, I'm pleading that the NSC should not join the strike, because honestly, it's going to cause a lot of damages to we Nigerians if they should join the strike. Yeah.
Ayomikun have begged.
Yes, I've begged.
NLC, listen. All right, Afolabi, let's hear your final.
To me, in a single word, in everything we are doing, let us know that there is God.
All right, esteemed navigators, thank you very much for riding with us this morning. And finally, I want to say that this country is ours. However we present it to others, is how they are going to perceive us.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, let us put our country in mind. Let us have ourselves, our families, and our immediate family in mind, and ensure that we represent them well. Will be a good representation of our family, and by extension, a good representation of our society and of our country. It's our duty to do, and we should do it with all our heart. With this, we are rounding up on the Confab this day, and we want to thank you especially for being a part of our journey, for being a part of the program this day. And very especially want to thank the executive producer and person of the Michael Adeboye Shaolu, our producer, Adenipekun Afolabi, the prince on the show, and the man behind the console this day, president of Balogun, Abdul Samad.
Big Balo, number one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this will draw the curtain on the program. And until come your way again, I remember myself, earlier experience, I am my Lex Posimi. This is the Confab, and please ride with us on the rest of our programs for today. Till we meet again, bye for now.